mother is inspired from a personal story of mine. So when me and my lecturer is discussing some of the story ideas, his eyes just spark when I say I have a brother with Down syndrome. My parents are actually very concerned about his independence and how he's going to take care of himself in the future. This is why we input the teaching the character Damien to be independent. We actually input some of the real incident like calling the police. When me and my team were brainstorming the story, developing the story, on the same day my brother called the police. So they were like, why not we put it inside the story.
There was a day that all of us teammates, we just go down to Suryan's house and just to get to know him, get to know his family, the way they live and what he likes, what he doesn't like. When we visited Suryan in his house, we actually came to understand that he actually enjoyed stuff like lion dance. So we actually tried to implement all those things into the script so that the audience can actually understand what kind of hobbies do boys with Down syndrome they actually what do they really enjoy doing, and they can understand them from a very raw point of view.
你这里要请人对吗？我的儿子现在很懂事，而且很勤劳，可以帮到你。
请他干什么？你看他笨头笨脑的，请他做，不要。
Our mother and Uncle Lim, they're actually two really hard to portray kind of characters, so it was quite tough to cast them. So we finally was able to lock them down after many rounds of audition. However, after 4 days of shoot, we actually realized that the Uncle Lim that we casted wasn't really suitable for the role. So we had to cast another Uncle Lim, which actually in the end was better for the final product.
We actually needed to look for our main location as 3/4 of the script is inside a HDB.
Finding a house was very difficult because firstly, we need to paint the house and not many owners were willing to do that, and also we need to decorate it. So there were a lot of constraints as well, and then we need a lot of time to film in the house. So with more time, we need to pay more for the rental as well.
We only got around a week to prepare before our actual shoot day. Yeah, so it was very rushed for us.
The house was empty, it was quite run down. Yeah, so we have to make the house
look
lived in.
Luckily we got the whole group to help us to paint, to clean the house.
Which we are very thankful for.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the hardest scenes we shoot was the coffee shop scene because we need a lot of crowd control, customers to walk in and out of the coffee shop as well.
Because the coffee shop had to continue their business together with our shoot, so that was a little problem as we cannot obstruct their business, cannot not allow customers to go in, but yet at the same time we have to be able to let our extras and cast to freely act in the scene, so it was a bit tough.
We had lots of long shoots, and because of that everyone was really quite tired. I tried to get foods that would appetize them, that would really give them energy and strength to really carry on with filming. So I tried as much as possible to be in the sense that source of joy, because if you come to someone with food, they're definitely happy.
We also came into problems whereby there were noise disturbances and there were traffic control problems.
Every time we go to a location for a recce, it looks totally fine, but when it comes to shoot, things starts to come in constructions, the weather is raining. We were praying every day please don't rain. Our coffee shop was along the car park, so a lot of us were running around to really stop cars and then stop the children from screaming, because the time given to film in a coffee shop was very tight as well, and we had a lot of big scenes to shoot in a coffee shop.
At certain times, halfway shooting, it will start to rain, and then the sky will be overcast, so the lighting really deteriorates a lot. So it kind of pushed me to really find a solution for these issues, whether I have to try to light a night for day or a day for night.
Some locations were already locked down on this date, but because of the change of cast and rescheduling and stuff, we can't get the location again.
And we need to be able to adapt. So for example, some of the days, right, because of weather or any unforeseen circumstances, then we have to take away this scene or change to another scene.
Change locations.
Oh yeah. Then we need to make sure that all our props or wardrobe, anything is there.
It's all prepared.
going out day scenes were really memorable for me because seeing another side of Suyuan, of Damien, how he really expresses himself, you know.
We come up with this idea about like Damien flying a kite with the mother, but then there was no wind at the location that we were at. We had to like run back and forth trying to tuck the kite up.
Suyuan has a short attention span, so we actually have to spend more time to get him into the emotions, get him to, you know, remember his lines. We have to be really patient. That's why we have like this reward system where we often have to, you know, use food or use something that he likes to reward him after he have finished like his scene and stuff, which actually really works. One of the key scenes would be our emotional scene, which is the social worker scene. It was meant to be a really sad scene, so we actually have to make Suyuan cry, so we only had like one take to do it.
We were also prepared to rehearse this scene many times so that when Suyuan gets emotional, he will still remember his actions.
I was hearing the whole entire thing, how he was being directed, and it really breaks my heart when I like hear him like started crying and things like that. It is very difficult for me because I have to control my own emotions to continue to shoot that scene.
Honestly, this project has taught me so much about production, whether it's like being a director or like working with cast. I also benefited in terms of like being more sensitive and more empathetic to people who are different from us.
All of us like really worked really hard for this project. Like we had a lot of like sleepless nights for shoots, and seeing the audience reactions, like they were like crying. Like I was really proud to be part of this team.
I feel that all our hard work didn't go to waste. I really feel very touched that we were able to present such a film that can actually touch people's hearts, you know.
We really enjoyed ourselves, I would say.
We really learned a lot. It wasn't easy, but
we managed to overcome it together.
Yeah, quite sad actually tearing down this house. Like the house is empty and our insides are
Empty also.
This film doesn't just feel like any project for me. Ever since the day one of production, I really learned a lot on the way. As a student filmmaker, you know, there's a lot of things that I'm still learning.
I spend so much time editing and rewatching the same thing over and over again that I really have no feel. That's why it was very difficult for me to gauge whether it was something that will be able to make people cry. The audience reaction, when I saw how they clapped, you know, I was very touched to see that the audience really enjoyed the film. I hope that the audience learned something more about people with Down syndrome, and society acceptance and patience is very important for their growth to make them shine.